Finally, DVDs.
Formito Boba!
Get Conan's 10th anniversary, the best of Triumph, and loads of special stuff you've never seen. Available wherever DVDs are sold.
Everybody, we're back. Of course, you all know my first guest is Dr. Evil's son, Scott, in the Osters. Drinky Winky. Austin Powers film starting next Friday. He'll be seen starring in the brand new movie Without a Paddle. Please welcome Seth Green. What happened? Check this out. Woo! You know, you've been on this show, ladies, please. I'm here all night. Now, you've been on this show many times, but you always go with the jeans or the ripped T-shirt that says something cool.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is great.
I'm dating J-Lo now, and this is the first phase. The dress nice, then comes the career implosion, and then the ugly divorce.
Right.
So this is the first phase. I'm enjoying it.
This is very nice. You look very good.
Hey,
you look
thanks,
very
man.
good.
The kid cleans up.
The kid cleans up. Now, so much to talk about here. First of all, we have something in common, which you did this more recently. I did it a bunch of years ago, but I understand that you did an appearance on Sesame Street.
I did, yeah.
And you have to understand, whenever my experience is, people always want to know. Like when you do Sesame Street, they're like, "Oh my God, you were on Sesame Street?
Yeah.
What was it like?"
Well,
so you have to share this.
For me. I mean, one of the reasons that I got into acting was because of Sesame Street. I used to watch all the puppets and the people. It sounds silly, but it's true. I watched the skits that they did, and it just looked like a lot of fun. So for me, it was a real, emotional thing getting to meet the old Muppets. They brought Grover out in a box, and they were like, "Do you want to?"
They brought Grover out in a box. We worked him over first. I mean,
We've really raveled up this guy. Here, now's your turn. So no, but I grew. I worked on this show, Greg the Bunny. I got to do a bunch of puppeteering.
Sure.
So they hand me this puppet that I grew up loving, and they're like, "Do you want to operate him?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know if I could." I put him on my hand, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, hi Grover." He's like, "What you looking at, dog? I don't need to talk to you." And literally, it then became about disgracing every one of the Muppets and making them do silly things that they wouldn't do.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you quickly escorted off Sesame Street?
No, we took a bunch of pictures.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not allowed to do that?
Well, they were dirty pictures.
Did you see any? Did you really? That's terrible.
took a
I
bunch
love
of-
how this story starts out with, "I grew up and I really admired Sesame Street. And what did you do? I got there and I molested the puppets."
It's it always goes there eventually.
It does, doesn't it?
Well, you're gonna have no effects out here. They're gonna tear up the set no matter how pro it seems. We break stuff,
Yeah.
That's what punkers
They're
do.
gonna start throwing puppets around. I had a weird experience, which is I went there, and this is a bunch of years ago, but I did a quick thing for him, and I was hanging out in Sesame Street that we all grew up watching.
Yeah.
The only weird thing is that they have one of those boxes for newspapers on Sesame Street, and I guess they never get in tight, so the props people just filled it with real newspapers.
Oh my gosh.
So I walked by, and you don't see this on camera, but the lead newspaper thing was this big thing that said crack raid, nets 3, crack whores or something, and it was just like, this is the paper that they're selling on Sesame Street?
Well, yeah, the Muppets have to stay informed of the world news.
It's true.
That's
They
how
need
you
to know.
maintain a utopian society, is knowing what's outside the bubble.
Nice. You gave this a lot of thought.
I tried to bring it around. I don't know. It wasn't all that funny, though.
Did you, we'll add laughs later.
Thanks.
Did you see any of the really big puppets?
I saw Big Bird. I was in a scene with Big Bird, yeah, and I got to hang. I met Kermit. I saw, Grover. And I saw Snuffleupagus. They hang him from the rafters facing the corner when he's not working.
Right.
It's a little intense to witness, but apparently that's his thing.
Yeah. I saw
Everybody's
that,
got their
actually.
process.
He's all up there. It looks really disturbing.
Don't bother me!
Yeah.
Hibernating.
Now, let's talk about this movie Without a Paddle.
Well, that's...
You do something in this movie that would be a challenge for a lot of actors. I know I couldn't do it, which is you spend most of the movie wearing nothing but your tighty whities.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
You're just in the tight white underwear.
And you can see it for only $9.50. Yeah. I drew the short straw. It's me and 2 other guys, and at one point in the movie, we go on this wild adventure where we lose our boat. We go on this canoe trip, which is supposed to be an homage to our dead friend, and it literally becomes the most fault-filled adventure that anybody could possibly go on. And we lose our stuff, we lose our boat, we lose our clothes, And I literally drew the short straw. It came down to, I want to wear boxers. I want to wear boxers. Me too. Well, someone's wearing the tight white underpants. And I could not, Matt Lillard actually put his hand on my shoulder and said, there's no shame in comedy. I'm like, well, you're not the one doing the comedy. So,
right.
But I couldn't deny that it was funny. And I spend the whole movie in these ridiculous underwear with these enormous boots and a fanny pack and a watch. And it's just like...
I think we're all there now.
It's a funny visual. You can't deny it. Yeah.
So you got used to it after a while. Now
you don't get used to that.
Right.
You just kind of gain acceptance.
Right. Now you also work with a real bear.
Yeah,
in this movie.
a 1,500-pound, 8.5-foot bear. And you think, oh, that's a trained bear. Good. This won't be difficult. And literally, we got on set and they're like, okay, couple rules about the bear. Don't look the bear directly in the eye. Our entire scene is us staring the bear directly in the eye. They're like, do not show any fear. Our entire scene is us like, a bear! You know? it literally, all the rules were what was so preposterous. They were like, okay, now you can't have any food on you, and you can't have just eaten when you're around the bear. You can't have any mints or gum. No women on their menstrual cycle can be near the bear, because the bear will go crazy. And I'm like, How trained is this bear?
Yeah. What does this bear have a calendar? So the last time you... Oh, okay.
I know.
Yeah.
It was literally like that. And the thing is, they keep the bear well oiled on like a steady diet of chocolate whipped cream, powdered donuts, and sugary fruit juice. And all I'm thinking is, when this bear sugar crashes, it is not going to be fun. And you know, they only bring him out to work like 1 or 2 shots at a time. So you see the bear, and he just starts getting all bored, and the trainer's playing with him, and his name is Bart, and the trainer's like, oh, Bart, you're a good bear. You're a good bear. And the bear
was
just
Nixon
like,
talking to him?
It was, yeah. You're a good bear. We're going to invade Cambodia. That's the way it's going to be. Don't be on your menstrual cycle. Yeah. But it like, literally, you would just see the bear get restless, and he's all fun, and they're like, okay, Bart, big wide, and he's opened his mouth all wide, and then they're like, okay, good boy, throw him donuts, and he's just like...
Big, grumpy, 1,800-pound bear.
Just a grumpy, bored bear.
Right. How do they feed him the chocolate whipped cream? Do they like feed it into his mouth with a little spray thing?
They have a metal frying pan attached to a broom handle, and they're just like...
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
and
perfect.
they throw the donuts at him.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a dog catching a Frisbee, and believe me, he doesn't miss a one.
Right.
Yeah, that bear's mouth is so big, those donuts are like, you know, insert your own, you know,
right.
Small thing, giant hole joke here. I got nothing.
Wow, that got me out of that jam.
Thank goodness. Woo! You know what nobody knows is that Walker is actually he's an experienced breakdance fighter.
Yeah, he was spinning around in the 80s.
I'm surprised he didn't stand up and be like, you got served.
I'm sure that was in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
All right, now we have a clip that actually relates to you instead of Walker, Texas Ranger. This is a clip from this movie. What do we need to know?
We lose our clothes. It's pouring rain. We're really unhappy. We think we're gonna die.
You're gonna die of by freezing to death.
By freezing to death and maybe loneliness.
All right, let's take a look at this clip from Without a Paddle.
Tom, man, get under here. You're gonna die of pneumonia. No, but we will die of hypothermia. Look, our only chance is to huddle together.
I, for one, choose death.
You know, the whole huddle up thing it's the oldest trick in the book. I've used it. It's just for getting a girl naked. Worth though.
My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes. Baby, I don't wanna hurt nobody, but there is something that I must confess.
I think we've all been there.
Who hasn't been there? But in all honesty, like, not to try and hard sell this thing, but it's the most fun I've ever had making a movie, getting to work with both these guys. They're truly exceptional comedians and like talented dramatic
We all
guys.
have a great chemistry.
Yeah, and we've had a blast making it. It's a lot of fun.
Without a Paddle opens next Friday, August 20th. Seth Green, you never disappoint.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you. Always fun to have you here. You're sticking around, right?
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway coming up. We'll be right back. Stick around. Right, which is